So Mojang just released a video teasing the Minecraft Live, and on the Minecraft Live, people are certain that they're going to be talking about the end update. I wanted to speculate about some of the things that could be contained within the end update, because I believe Mojang gave us a hint 6 months ago, and by a hint, I mean a full-on trailer talking about it with a David Attenborough voice.
Welcome to the end. A land disconnected from space and time.
So if you watch the trailer, he says several specific things. So let's review the ones that I think are the most significant. The first one that is probably the most obscure is right in the intro.
For this mysterious creature, threats can appear out of nowhere in the dark void. The Enderman is no stranger to danger.
Right now, the Endermen have 0 natural predators. That one might be significant for the simple reason that there's no actual competitor to the Enderman at this moment. But let's move on to one that's much more significant.
Though it appears void of life and almost dead.
Okay, so when it says, although it appears to be void of life and almost dead, yes, that's an accurate description of what the end looks like now and has been for the entire time it's been around. But to me, I think they're giving the implication that it doesn't have to be void of life and almost dead. I think that sounds like they're going to bring in more life to the end. The pale garden, the new wood types.
The chorus plant can be found here, here, and here. The flora and fauna here is simplistic.
And I think the fact that they were talking about the chorus plant being literally everywhere and the flora and the fauna being very simplistic, that is a nod to the fact that they want to make it less simplistic. Like, they're not just pointing it out and making fun of it for the sake of just making fun of it. I think it's all a setup. Like, the chorus plant can be found here, here, and here. But what else could be found here, here, and there? How could we spice this up? You know, I think this is all foreshadowing. The shulkers part is pretty straightforward, not much to say about them. And then the ships, again, straightforward. The Enderman part versus the dragons, again, pretty self-explanatory. And now it gets interesting again.
Though the end is a rough and empty place, there's still tons to explore. Like this, and this.
When he says, though the end is a rough and empty place, there's tons to explore. Again, he does that, like, is it satirical? That satirical thing where he's like, oh, look at all these empty spaces where there's nothing there. I think that is indicating biomes. Like, what if there's something interesting here, and something interesting there, and something interesting there? I think this is all foreshadowing, because something that's actually really relevant, and most people may not remember, is there was this fascinating mod that was released years ago, and it's called The Better End. And The Better End, I would say, is probably, honestly, probably more legendary in my mind, at least, than the Aether mod. People always talk about the Aether mod being another dimension, but The Better End, even though it's not a different dimension, it revamps the end completely to the point where it's probably the best and the prettiest dimension I've ever seen in the entire game. Just absolutely chock full of plants and mobs and biomes. The Better End is really fantastic. So again, Mojang actually hired the developer of the Better End, and being how it goes, once he gets hired by Mojang, he never modded anything else ever again. It kind of sucks how Mojang, like, eats these developers alive, but you know, that's a whole nother topic. But so I'm wondering if his presence at Mojang might finally be coming into play. He's got to be on the team that is working on revamping the end. And so if that's the case, then we could definitely expect different biomes, different types of plants, perhaps of a different mob or two, just going off of what we see in the Better End, which is actually incredibly exciting because he was incredibly imaginative. And here at the end, we also have this interesting question.
Well, what is the dragon protecting? Is it the portal? Or its heart?
What is the dragon protecting? Is it the portal? Is it its heart? We've never heard about the dragon's heart. So that's interesting. So I'm gonna think that we're definitely going to see some sort of update to the central island, and probably the dragon will have more of a purpose. It may be more interesting structures around the middle. Something that can be acquired, sort of like the mace and like the trial chambers. I'm gonna guess that the end fight is going to become a lot more interesting, which is actually going to change the landscape for speedrunners utterly and completely. There'll probably be two divisions from now on: pre-end update and end update. We're gonna get the creaking, which sounds horrifying. There's lots of speculation online that it'll be kind of like the weeping angels from Doctor Who, where, if you look at them, they don't move. Sort of literally the opposite of Enderman. So you're going to be caught between looking and not looking at the mobs around you, which I'm not sure. I think that sounds interesting in concept, but I'm not sure it'll be fun in practice, but I guess we'll see. I'm gonna guess that pumpkins are gonna become essential. Maybe wearing a pumpkin will actually hide you from the Creaking's vision the same way it hides you from maps. Yeah, it's very exciting. Probably gonna have more structures. We know there's gonna be new wood types, new plant types, like new trees and whatever. And the Pale Garden biome is going to be filled in the end. So we're gonna get biomes in the end. I'm sure the Pale Garden is just one of the biomes in the end. But yeah, so I would say stock up on your pumpkins, carve up a few, get yourself some pumpkin heads to be ready to explore this when it all comes out, and good luck. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.